The light in the barn. The autumn wind carried the scent of dying leaves across the Hollow Creek Ranch as Samuel Hayes adjusted the oil lantern in his weathered hands. The golden light flickered against the barn walls, casting long shadows that danced with each gentle sway of the flame. At 42, Samuel had grown accustomed to the solitude that came with managing 800 acres of Montana grassland. His days were measured in the rhythm of cattle calls and the distant whistle of evening trains that carried other people's dreams to far-off places. Samuel had inherited the ranch from his father 15 years ago, along with the silence that seemed to settle deeper into the old farmhouse with each passing season. The house had been built for a family, with its wide front porch and extra bedrooms that now served as storage for feed sacks and forgotten furniture. He had always imagined filling those rooms with the laughter of children and the warm presence of a wife, but life had taken a different path. The sound of wagon wheels on gravel interrupted his evening routine. Samuel looked up from the hay he was spreading, his blue eyes narrowing as he tried to make out the approaching figures in the growing dusk. It was unusual for anyone to visit this late, especially with winter approaching and most folks preparing for the harsh months ahead. As the wagon drew closer, Samuel could see 3 figures huddled together on the driver's bench. A woman held the reins with practiced hands, while a young boy pressed close to her side. Their clothes were worn but clean, and even in the dim light, Samuel could see the exhaustion etched in their faces. The woman brought the wagon to a gentle stop near the barn. She was perhaps 30, with auburn hair that caught the lantern light and green eyes that held both determination and uncertainty. The boy beside her looked to be about 8 years old, with sandy hair and his mother's intelligent eyes. "Evening, sir," the woman called out, her voice steady despite the tremor Samuel could detect beneath the surface. "I'm Eleanor Mitchell, and this is my son, Thomas. We're looking for work and a place to stay for the winter. I heard in town that you might be in need of help." Samuel set down the lantern and approached the wagon slowly, not wanting to startle them. He could see that their belongings were few but carefully packed, and the horse pulling their wagon was thin but well cared for. "Samuel Hayes," he said, touching the brim of his hat. "I own this place. What kind of work are you looking for, Mrs. Mitchell?" Eleanor lifted her chin slightly, and Samuel caught a glimpse of the pride that had likely carried her this far. "I can cook, clean, mend clothes, and tend a garden. I know how to preserve food for winter and care for livestock. Thomas here is a good worker too, despite his age. We won't be a burden, Mr. Hayes." The boy, Thomas, looked up at Samuel with curious eyes. There was something in the